Hi, welcome to Unforgotten Reels, where the lights may be on, but the fear still finds you. Every story here is a descent, a slow unraveling of certainty, safety, and sanity. You're not just watching a film, you're stepping into the unknown. Whatever awaits, it's already too late to turn back. Our short film for today is entitled The Man Who Forgot to Die. Let's dive in. Miles Carter turned 42 today, the same age he turned last year, and the year before that, and also the year before that. They brought him cake, vanilla with red frosting. They lit the candles, sang the song, but no one remembered doing it before. Not a single photo on the office walls, no old messages, no records with his name. He stared into the bathroom mirror, searching for the lines of time on his face, smooth, untouched, almost artificial. Then the reflection blinked, and for the first time in years, Miles felt watched. The screen darkens, but the eyes in the mirror remain. So, who blinked first? The next morning, the office felt different. Not wrong, just stretched. Like something behind the walls was holding its breath. Fluorescent lights pulsed overhead. The hum was louder than usual. Miles walked toward the conference room. 10 steps became 27. The hallway twisted longer than it ever had. Doors shifted slightly each time he blinked. He turned back to retrace his steps, but the hallway behind him had vanished, gone, as if swallowed by a place that forgot how to stay still. Then, childlike laughter, distant and hollow, bounced along the walls. He wasn't late to the meeting no longer existed. He called his sister. A voice answered, kind, polite, but not familiar. She didn't know his name. Didn't remember ever having a brother. She hung up with an apology she didn't mean. His doctor's number rang to static, disconnected. His old university had no record of him. The yearbooks were full, but his spot was just a blur of ink and fog. Faces that should have held him in memory, emptied like broken jars. He hadn't just been forgotten, but he was being erased, and whatever was erasing him was unrelenting. In a box marked junk, beneath dusty vinyls and photos that didn't feature him, Miles found a journal, leather-bound, pages curled at the corners, and every word in it was his own handwriting, dates with no months, sketches of faces with the eyes blacked out. Then, one line it says, "They aren't real. I made them." He felt it in his bones, not confusion but recognition. He flipped to the back, and there, scrawled like a confession, a handwriting that says, "The only thing worse than living forever is realizing why you do." He started seeing him, just on the edge of vision. A man in a black coat, standing by the vending machine, staring from across the street, silhouetted in reflections that didn't belong, never speaking, never moving. One night, Miles followed him through alleys that shifted shape. He cornered him, grabbed his shoulder, and turned him around. It was him, but older, gaunt, eyes wide, with a fear he hadn't felt yet. And then, he vanished. Was that his future, or his memory? At a diner, Miles ordered coffee. The waitress tried to smile, but her mouth was stitched. Her skin was pale, looking like an undead. He looked around, every face, mouthless, expressionless, watching. Then, they all stood, and they spoke in unison in his voice. "We are what you forgot." He screamed. He ran, but his voice stayed in the room, echoing like a siren down an empty hallway. He didn't just lose his place in the world, he was losing the world itself. Back in his apartment, the journal waited, and under candlelight, a single entry glowed faintly like it remembered him. "I created this world to escape dying." Images crashed into his mind. A lab, a prototype, doctors with voices like thunder, neural containment, emergency consciousness transfer. His body had failed. His mind, saved, uploaded, a simulation. He had built a sanctuary, a loop, and now the loop was cracking. This wasn't life. It was a memory, rotting in real time. He ran to the grocery store. It was empty, shelves still stocked, no voices, no footsteps, until he passed a man pouring coffee. Halfway through, he flickered like a skipped frame in a broken film. Neighbors waved from porches and vanished mid-smile. The world was cleaning itself, like code deleting old files. He screamed, to no one, to everyone, and somewhere the sky answered, "You made us. You forgot us. Now we're remembering you." At his place, in the back of the journal, taped to the spine, a tiny chip, marked in fading letters, rebirth protocol. He inserted it into an ancient laptop. It buzzed, coughed, and then lines of code. You have lived 999,999 cycles. Do you wish to delete your life? Yes, blinked in white on black. He reached for the key, paused. If he deleted himself, what happens to everything else? The voices, the sky, the man in the mirror. Would they die? Or finally wake up? He walks now through empty parks where swings sway on windless days, down streets with no cars, past windows that never reflect. Sometimes he talks to shadows, sometimes they talk back. The sunsets never change, the moon never rises, but every night he hears it. Somewhere far away, typing. Someone's watching him, not from the world he built, but from yours. And you, sitting there, you've been watching him too. So, tell me, is he real? Or are you just another hallucination he forgot to erase? The end. In the end, it wasn't death he escaped, it was a connection. He feared losing others so deeply. He built a world where no one else was real, and in doing so, he lost himself. The man who forgot to die is a tragedy in disguise, not because he lived forever, but because he lived it alone. We all leave traces, in memory, in love, in pain. But what happens when we leave none? Maybe the scariest thing is not being forgotten by others. It's about forgetting that you ever mattered at all. Got a story idea or a moment that hit you hard? Drop it in the comments. We read every comment. See you next time. Please subscribe, like, and feel the impact of every short film.